Hey guys, it's been a while since I've done a video. Hold on. So it's been a while since I've done a video, and I thought I'd start with this one because it's really near and dear to me. So I guess I should just start. So yeah, big thing with me that it's near and dear to me, and that's Star Wars. If you can't tell, I mean, got a lightsaber, had this on, uh, post over there. It's actually a little Death Star right there. Poster there, poster there. If you could see the rest of my house, you'd see I absolutely love Star Wars. And there's one thing that in the Star Wars community that almost everybody genuinely, well, lots of people can agree on that I don't like. When you are a fan of a show or anything, I think that you don't have to like all aspects of it, but you should not hate on aspects of it publicly, at least. So if you notice, you look around my house and, well, first of all, welcome to the new set. But you look around and yes, there's a lot of original trilogy stuff. I don't consider the original trilogy and the prequel trilogy, I just consider it Star Wars. So as you can see, I got the Blu-ray complete edition poster up there, which has Anakin on, like the younger Anakin, which people despise. I have this, which proudly sits on top of my fridge, by the way, and it's of the clone troopers before they become stormtroopers. And by the way, no wonder they couldn't shoot anything. Even the clone troopers, they had horrible eyesight, but whatever. So like, I believe that if you like something, you should like all aspects of it, not just a certain one because you think other ones have ruined it. You should, and if you do think that, don't hate on people for liking said thing. Now me, I like the prequels. I'm not on the stance that they're better than the original trilogy, because they're not. I know that. I know the original trilogy is great. It started Star Wars. But I don't like when people either try to discredit the prequels by whatever, or that they try to completely ignore them when watching the movies. For example, the Machete Order. That is one thing I have seen that I despise, because of the fact that it completely cuts out a movie of a franchise you're supposed to love? What? You love this franchise, but you will completely cut out a movie because you don't like it? And then you try saying that this is the proper way to watch the movies. No, the proper way to watch them, and I don't care about the response to this is going to be. The proper way to watch them is episodes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, soon to be 7. I think, and people are saying, oh, you watch 4, 5, 6 first, then 1, 2, 3. No. When watching a movie franchise, you watch it chronologically. Movie chronologically. Not, in my opinion, not when they came out chronologically. Movie chronology, because then you get the whole story. Now yes, you lose some of the big reveals, like Darth Vader is Luke's father. See, that's how passionate I am about this topic. I don't like when people completely try to discredit the prequels because they don't like them. Okay, my big thing with that is, if I hear people say they don't like the prequels, I ask them, well, do you like A New Hope? If they go, yes, I go, then you have no reason to hate the prequels. Because A New Hope was written, obviously, all the originals and then the prequels were written by George Lucas. And it was directed by him. So you can't hate on it just because... You can't hate on them just because he written and directed them, because he did A New Hope, which started it. Now yes, people could have probably told him a bit more times, George, does that really seem like a good idea? George, do you really think we should do this? But they didn't, because it's his story. He chose what he wanted to tell. So, I mean, maybe I'm just the odd one out in the Star Wars fandom that thinks this, but I know I'm not. I've seen a post on Facebook about this earlier today. Today, as of posting. And it's so... This person was like, I can't be the only one who likes them. And you're not. Person out there, you're not. Anybody else out there who thinks this, you're not alone. I like the prequels. The prequels were what I grew up with. The first prequel came out, like Episode 1, Phantom Menace, came out in 99. I was born in 97. So by the time I was watching movies, the prequels were all I had. I went to Attack of the Clones in theaters. And that movie, I loved it. I'm getting to go see the new one coming up soon, which obviously there's going to be a trailer coming up for that. I mean, not a trailer, a review for that when I go see it. But like, there's one thing that I don't understand. That is like, you make fun of people for liking the prequels. For all these the people who make fun of them know, that's the Star Wars they grew up with. And see, prequel lovers don't make fun of the original trilogy lovers for liking the original trilogy, because we understand this, that's what you grew up on. Like, and even the people who grew up around the prequels but like the original trilogy more, we don't make fun of you because, what the heck, you don't like the prequels? Because that's not, we understand that you can like them. Obviously you can like them, because then they wouldn't be around. So like, this is, I mean, a PA, public service announcement, I guess, or just a rant, because that's what this is. It's something I want to start doing more. I want to do rants. And it's one thing I hate, is people who despise the prequels just because they change some things around. And really, they don't. People like, oh, they talked with the midichlorians. That was stupid. Ben Kenobi didn't have a lot of time to really say, hey, I'm going to explain this whole process to you and try to get you to realize it. Qui-Gon was talking to a child. You can tell a child something, and I mean, it may just bounce off them, but they can absorb it. They'll just accept it. Trying to tell an adult something, it's like talking to a brick wall. I'm sorry. I'm just saying that. It's like talking to a brick wall. And I understand, that's almost what I'm doing. Trying to get adults to realize that you can like it. It's not bad to like them. What else is there? The adding Jar Jar in. They needed somebody to add comic relief to it. They didn't have, like, the original two, A New Hope and Empire Strikes Back, were so darker movies. Han Solo and Chewie had a few lines that added the lightheartedness to it. C-3PO and R2-D2, same thing. But it wasn't until Return of the Jedi that they added in characters that were created for comic relief. And that was the Ewoks. Well, did you really want to have the Ewoks going through the movies? No, so they added in Jar Jar into the Phantom Menace. And then people just despised it. Okay, yes, I understand, he's a annoying character. But he was made to be comedic relief. Now yes, he comes off very racist. He has a very racist persona. But at that time, there wasn't much diversity in film. If you wanted to have somebody of a different type of race, you played off of stereotypes, especially when you don't actually see what color they are. I mean, Jar Jar is orange. Like, it's something that just people need to realize, is that Jar Jar was put in there for comedic relief. He wasn't put in there because, and I mean, the whole thing that Jar Jar was supposed to, which I'll talk about that some other time. The whole Jar Jar Binks, Darth Jar Jar, or whatever he would probably be called theory. He was probably put in there for that, and then it got scrapped. So that's all people remember him by now. It's one of those things where people need to realize that this is a series that we love. We all love this series. So why are we hating on each other for loving different aspects of it? Why are we hating on prequel lovers like myself? I do love the prequels. Why are we hating on us? Like, why are you hating on us? Because we like an aspect of this film series. I love the original trilogy. We all love Star Wars. We all can love it in a different way. I love the prequels and the original trilogy. I love Clone Wars. I have not yet seen Rebels. I haven't got a chance to watch it. But from what I've seen, it looks amazing. I love The Force Unleashed, which is another thing people hated on. It's part of this series. Why are we hating on each other for loving part of a series that we all love? We get, ever since we were kids, we got made fun of for being nerdy. So why are we hating on each other for loving this when we are getting made fun of for loving it? We are hating each other for loving different aspects of it, while getting made fun of for liking it in general. We need to band together and realize that the prequels aren't bad. They aren't horrible. Now yes, because of the prequels, George went back and changed stuff. I don't agree with that. Leave the original trilogy how they were. He didn't need to change them. Now yes, whenever I'm watching them in my full thing, because I have the special editions, I watch them so that they're a bit more fluid when it comes to the effects. Just so that you have less of that, this was made in the 80s and 80s, early 70s, and these are made in the 90s to now. I watch the special editions just for that fact of having that nice flow. I do still like the original theatrical cuts. I have watched them. The ones I own, I have this box set. The Walmart box set or whenever they came from, I have that box set. So I have them as the original theatrical cuts, as well as the new special editions with all of the updates. I will watch both. I haven't watched the original theatrical cut for a while, but that's just because I haven't watched Star Wars in a while. But obviously, with this new movie coming up, I've been rewatching them. And it just popped in my head that I hate people who do this. And yes, Miles, you hating people for doing this. You're hating on people who love Star Wars. No, I'm not. I'm hating on people who hate on people who love Star Wars, who love different aspects of Star Wars than them. This doesn't just apply to Star Wars. There's tons of other things. People who like Harry Potter more than others. People who are more book than movies, who are book and movie. Those groups hate on each other. Why? Game of Thrones. People who just watch the show. People who watch the show and read the books. People who read the books. We hate on each other. Inter-fandoms. The inter-fandoms hate each other for liking different aspects of something. And I don't like that. We need to band together and realize that just because we like something in a different aspect doesn't mean we can't appreciate and respect people who like them in other ways. So I guess just because this rant has gone on for a bit too long, this is Miles, and well, that's a wrap.